Yo, what's good? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm Marcus, and here at this channel, we do attorney reactions to finance, current events, and trending news. Now, last week when we did our weekly Thornton Township Tiffany Henyard Live, I asked a question, and that question was very specific. How long do you think it's going to be for an actual all-out fisticuff fight starts at either a township meeting or a meeting for the village with the trustees? And it's only a matter of time. Now, hey, I am new to this whole Tiffany Henyard Thornton Village nonsense, so it may have been fisticuffs before, but as of yet, I haven't seen fisticuffs. But the question is, how long? Well, that's actually not only a concern for the person who might get their ass whipped at one of these meetings, but it's also a concern for the trustee members. This week at the Thornton Township board meeting that they have, the only person who showed up was Tiffany Henyard, and the Thornton board members failed to show because they cited, hey, the reason they didn't show is because it's a safety concern. So we're going to dive in, check out a video, then afterwards we're going to talk about what's going on and if it's a legit concern or if there's a little bit of gamesmanship to kind of frustrate and make sure the township supervisor, Tiffany Henyard, doesn't get to move forward with any of her agendas. Let's go and jump into the video. Let's get it.
Night involving a controversial politician in the south suburbs. Tiffany Henyard was the only Thornton Township leader to show up for a scheduled meeting. Others telling us they're worried for their safety. CBS News Chicago is always investigating. Our Jermont Terry is live with the new twist in this months-long saga. Jermont.
Erica, good evening. The most notable difference tonight, everyone entering this building behind me had to go through security. And it was because of lack of security, the trustees opted to not attend tonight's meeting. And that just left Supervisor Tiffany Henyard to make her own.
Everyone going through security, I think, is a good thing. Hey, make sure nobody go up in there with that blick. I think that it's a good thing. Now, I believe this is something new that they initiated. My question is, were the township board members aware that this was a matter that was going to be in effect for this particular board meeting? But overall, I think it's a good idea.
Own address on a variety of topics. Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard entered the room to a nearly vacant board table. She gave the clerk a hug as every other seat next to them was vacant.
Due to the fact that we do not have a quorum, there will not be an actual voting meeting.
The reason trustees did not show up, they argue, is due to this.
Like I said, it was about to get physical.
Trustee Chris Gonzalez sat out Tuesday night's meeting after he claims the trustees got no response from Henyard about how she could keep these meetings safe.
Well, I do know the trustee also did send a communication to the state. We need some help here because this is...
Okay, real quick. Okay, I use this as the thumbnail, but let's just keep it a buck. As the township supervisor, there are many municipalities that fall within the parameters of the township. Now, I think it's private security. I don't think it's local law enforcement. Either way, this video image right here, this gentleman securing the perimeter in the white, I'm just going to tell you, he doesn't give me a sense of feeling safe and secure. I don't know if he can even handle the situation. He looked like a big guy, but he's not giving me vibes as someone who's attentive to what's going on in the room. Nothing against you, bro. I'm just saying, if it's getting crazy and you the only person there between me, them, and craziness, I'm not going to feel comfortable. But, they reached out to the state to try to get some help. The state has yet to do anything, apparently, so they want assurances from the township supervisor. And, so far they didn't get them, so they're saying they aren't showing up.
Is getting out of control and somebody's going to get hurt.
Safety is my top priority.
Henyard says the trustees insisted on having meetings in the basement overflow room. She says she wanted meetings in the board chambers where she sat alone Tuesday night.
We called our security firm. We made sure they had wands, and we also told our board to come upstairs due to the fact they had several ways to exit out of the building.
Henyard implied this was a stall tactic by the trustees.
To say that it's an antic, well, let's sit down and put something together, a safety plan, and then we'll just take it from there. But once again, there's no communication.
One trustee did communicate with Hinyard and the clerk. Trustee Jerry Jones resigned suddenly, according to Hinyard.
Me and the board and also the clerk will talk about our steps moving forward for filling that vacancy.
Since there was no official business addressed, Hinyard took the time to speak out about a huge surplus she says exists in the township.
It's around $9.something million surplus here in Thornton Township.
Now, in addition to that $9 million plus surplus she says exists, Hinyard also says she's making $2 million available to some 25,000 homeowners to help in the high property taxes in the area. It's not clear tonight exactly how anyone can get access to those funds, so that's a to be determined. As for Trustee Jones, his resignation, we should point out he is the senior or was the senior trustee on this board. It's not clear why he resigned all of a sudden.
So it looked like Trustee Jones might just be tired of the BS that's going on with the Thornton Township and these crazy ass board meetings. But in any event, there's a few points to take away here. Some people are of the belief, and we've been able to confirm by identifying some persons in the audience, that a lot of the persons in the audience at these Thornton Township meetings are alleged goons for hire. Tiffany Hinyard's boyfriends or other persons who may be in her close entourage, who are there to be her makeshift payola supporters, and who may be riling things up. So that could be a possibility. Now, do y'all think that it was a benefit for the board members not to show up, or do you think it was a disadvantage? Me personally, I think it was a disadvantage, because the reason it was a disadvantage, and when I look at disadvantages in this situation, I'm not talking about whether for the supervisor or for the actual board members. I'm talking about for the actual people. This was an actual failure for the people of the township because nothing actually got accomplished. Now, the question is it a legitimate safety concern, or is this gamesmanship? I think the answer is yes to both. I think there are legitimate safety concerns, and they need to have mechanisms in place to make sure things just don't get out of pocket. However, I do think the board members are playing a little bit of gamesmanship where they like, you know what, if we don't have a quorum, she can't get anything done, and we just live to fight another day without having to even discuss or address any of the cockamamie stuff that the township supervisor wants to get done. So I think it's a little bit of gamesmanship, it's a little bit of both. I think Tiffany Hinyard did the right thing. And again, I don't always give her credit because she doesn't do a lot of things right. But in this instance, if they didn't show up, she had free range to just talk. Now, that room looked empty as hell, but she talked about the alleged surplus of $9 million. We don't know if this exists or not. Most things are spoken about without any evidence to substantiate. So y'all let me know in the comments. What do you think about this? Do you think this is a legitimate safety concern, or is gamesmanship, or both? Like I said, ultimately, it was a failure for the entire citizens, all of the citizens of the Thornton Township, because nothing is getting done. That's it for this video. Check out the content on the screen. There's going to be more content related to attorney reactions.